And I think between the two of them, their draft picks have been phenomenal. And because they've been so good, they have such a future that's coming up. And I've gone through this a million times, and Peanut, you got me going. So sorry, here we go. But
Let's go.
What I think, you see a lot when things don't go well. Everybody starts ripping the Hartman, the Foligno, the Zuccarello, those type of extensions.
Yeah.
Oh, we're stuck. They're old. They're this, that. What I really firmly believe is that you need to have your culture, as you guys know, locked in your room. And that's what those guys are. That's the culture that this team wants.
They have
not
a lot
the
of
older
locker
leadership
room guys. They have a lot of locker room guys.
They're there for a reason, for
Yeah.
Marco Rossi to become the pro. Really, his name's actually Rossi, but we Americanized it to Rossi. He's come in and he's become a pro. And then you see, Kaprizov's going to be what he's going to be, and then Faber's going to be what he's going to be, and we all know Yurov could be better than Kaprizov, from what I'm understanding. All the other guys that are coming along the ways, that's from a very high-level source in the office. But he is going to be something. So what's interesting about that, I believe he's a center iceman, so you have Yurov, we have Rossi as your number one, and then Yurov is your number two. Next year, 1-2 centers forever. Okay. Meanwhile, Zuccarello is going to fade off into the sunset. Hartman's going to fade off into the sunset. They'll hand the keys over to these young guys who have been here now for the next batch of young guys that come in. And I think when you look at a more long-term view of where this team is at,
it looks pretty
not
freaking
be
good.
in a better spot than it is. And I think it's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get enough credit, but Fenton was the first part of it, to be honest.
First part of it.
He gets completely overlooked, but he did some things that people didn't have the guts to do.
And that's really the interesting thing. Yeah, great take. I mean, you have to look at the farm system, who's coming up through the ranks too, and seeing what they have. And I don't know why it's blanking my memory, but down in Iowa, correct? Am I remembering that correct? Seeing what they've been able to do down there as well, and when you have that balance of if there's somebody that's needing to play some games, or I know it's a little bit different with hockey versus baseball. Baseball, a lot of times you'll have different pros go down to single A, work their way back up, and do some rehab games along the way. But having that farm system, man, where you can call people up and they're ready to go, they're ready to step up into those big spots. I mean, that's just as important as feeding the league as anything else.